Bitches want a nigga. They be cashing out. We gon' keep it how we keep it. Can you keep a secret? We gon' keep it how we keep it. Can you keep a secret? Counting money now, with a money counter. Just quickly rubber band up a couple 100,000. You know I'm certified, label untamed. Take these wins with these losses in this dope game. They don't change around my neck, got my shit hurting. Gave her Michael Kors back, she treated like a Birkin. I get them Remy shots flowing, that's a rule of mine. And I ain't hitting once, you know I need it 2 times. These bitches want it.
Episode of All Over the Place podcast with your host, the one and only CT. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and tapping in with me, getting this thing going off the ground. We got this episode 2, so we're going to just keep it going, get right into this episode. I'm going to introduce myself to y'all, let y'all know who I am, where I'm from, my background, questions and things y'all may be wanting to know this whole time, or, for the people that don't know me and just finding out about me, just give you a little history lesson, man. So we're going to get right into it, man. We're going to get right into who am I, where I'm from. Clearly, my name is CT. I'm born and raised in Oakland, California, at Highland Hospital. So All Over the Place podcast. Let me just say that if I can't remember because I dove right in so fast. But this all over the place. So the convo gonna be all over the place. We might be here, then I might think of something and go back there, and then I might jump so far ahead and then come back. But as long as we stay right here, we all good. So again, I'm from Oakland, California, born and raised. My whole my adolescence to my young adulthood, all my schooling was in Oakland, California. Middle school. Wait, I don't know the order of that shit. Elementary, middle school, pre-K. I went to forget pre-school. Elementary, I went to E. Morris Cox. Middle school, I went to Elmhurst High School. I should have went where I should have went and where I went. I should have went to Castlemont, to follow the suit of, E. Morris Cox, Elmhurst, Castlemont. But I tried to get slick, so I ended up going to San Leandro High. Mind you, all my peers, all my classmates, all my friends, all my just everybody I grew up with in my age bracket did E. Morris Cox, Elmhurst, and then Castlemont. You know what I mean? So not me. And my dumb ass tried to get slick, was like, okay, I want to take life a little serious, school a little serious. Tried to go to the outskirts of Oakland, which is San Leandro, which ain't nothing but 10, 15 minutes from, like be right here 1 minute, you in Oakland, right here, you in San Leandro. So anyway, I ended up going to San Leandro High. I ain't gonna say it was the worst decision that I ever made, but I just feel like I should have just went to Castlemont and, been with my peers. And I think schooling would have been more natural for me, going to San Leandro High, it was like I had to meet everybody. I was the new kid on the block, basically. So boom, high school identity ain't really what I feel like it should be, but how them old Al Bundy, like his career, like he lives off his high school career because he was that raw. Like I live off my like elementary or middle school career, and then like my after high school career, because that's where I became who I introducing to y'all. You know what I mean? So Oakland, California, born and raised. I'm from a neighborhood, Walnut, 102nd and Walnut to be exact. That's my jurisdiction. That's where, I lived my entire life. I lived in multiple houses on that block, whether it was 102nd or whether it was 102nd and Walnut or whether it was just Walnut. 102nd and Walnut, to me, what it means to me and how dope it is to me is like build character. There's no sugarcoating. There's no babying. There's no hand holding. But with all that said, it has compassion. It has understanding. It has grace. But damn, even with that said, that shit is unforgiving. You know what I mean? Like you gotta have you gotta have tough skin to like be over there or last over there. You gotta be street smart. You gotta be savvy. You gotta pay attention to details. You gotta keep your head on the swivel. You gotta just stay on point. I mean, you should do that anywhere you at. So I'm just saying for where I'm at. I'm pretty sure anywhere you gotta apply those same principles. But one thing I love about like Walnut in general, whether it's 9/8 and Walnut or 102nd and Walnut, is like a family. It is a family. It ain't like a family. It is a family. We all so tied in, so involved in each other's lives, like birthday parties, um, whatever, man. Holidays, kids, like it don't matter. Like we all like it's like a real life family over there, and that's because for the most part, it really is. Some people is related twice, and some people is related through marriage, or we might have the same cousin because your uncle messed with my auntie, or whatever. It's really a family over there. So that's like one of my main like that's why I don't think I can ever leave it. Even when I leave, I'm not gone because it's like we all really gonna just see each other and be around each other. But I love when I just pop back up over there and just hang out. It's like I never left. And I've been gone for a minute. If we're talking about like I used to be on Walnut every single day of my life. Like for one, I lived over there. For two, all my friends, like my genuine friends, like my childhood friends, are all from there. We all grew up together. We seen a lot together. We did a lot together. Some shit I'll never talk about. They'll never talk about unless it's just us in a room talking. Um, but then we got so many funny stories that I could talk about, which I'm not right now. Maybe later podcasts bring some of them on, and we can have every perspective and every angle of said topic. So Walnut is just like home to me. It's second nature. It's just a part of me. Um, I think that's where I get my attitude or my demeanor and my character from. A lot of traits that I mentioned earlier is just like you got to be hard, but it's okay to be understanding and give grace. And like some people think I'm arrogant, but I'm not. It's confident. It ain't cocky. It's just you know where I'm from is just a different breath of air. Like it's just different. Like you have to be ready for whatever at all times, whether it's shit talking, a fucking slap boxing match, the OGs want you to go to the store, but you didn't got a little older, so you ain't running to the store no more. So now, yeah, you just got to be ready for whatever, man. Um, I lived on well, when I was a kid, I lived in one, two, three. I lived on like six, not five to six spots on Walnut or on 102nd. Like my first spot was the duplex. It's a duplex right on the corner, a twoplex, and then across the street it's a twoplex. And my mom occupied one with my dad. Damn, am I moving too quick? Because I wanted to talk about that. I grew up in a two-parent household, my mom and dad, you know what I mean, with my sister. But anyway, back to the duplex. It was a twoplex. We lived on one side. My auntie Kathy and them lived on another side, and then across the street, my auntie Jackie lived on the other side. So that little corner, 102nd and Walnut, was like our corner. But then, like back in like my adolescence, youth days, like the corner is really where the drug dealers used to be. You know what I mean? They standing right on the corner waiting for something to shake so they can, make their moves. But so my porch usually was the porch of the dice games, the porch of just the loud talking, the rah-rahs, you know. Police pull up, oh no, we live right here because we was that family, you know what I mean? And again, my mom and them or my aunties and them was messing with like some of the people from over there, from up the street. So it's just again that ties back into that family shit. You know what I mean? So uh, my character, my demeanor, my y'all call it arrogance, I call it confidence. All that shit comes from Walnut. You know what I mean? All my partners, if we all get in one room, we all gonna talk alike, sound alike, look alike, demeanor alike, but we all are our own individuals, but we really like understand each other on a different like wavelength or frequency. But so adolescents grew up over there. This when I was looking like you know, this dude right here, let me show y'all real quick. I want to input a little pic right here. See, that's how I was looking when I moved to Walnut. You know what I mean? Let me slide that over so I can narrate that. Okay, I can't slide it over. There we go. That's gonna be the best I can do. So that little kid right there grew up on Walnut. You know what I mean? Like, let me show y'all another picture of my. So the picture ain't gonna be. You got to know the area to know that this Walnut, but this on 9-8 and Walnut, and these my cousin, blood cousin, my sister, and then everybody else's cousins. You know what I mean? The dirty crew. Look at it, filthy. My shirt. I don't know what I got on, a Holter top or whatever. I don't. Matter of fact, man, what the? I don't know what's going on, but is that the same shirt? It's definitely looking like the same. Man, hold up. I know this ain't the same shirt too. That's definitely the same shirt with different ages. How am I able to wear this same shirt in all these age groups? Anyway, that's another conversation, but that's when I was over there, you know what I mean, growing up. Another little young picture of me. Uh, but yeah, so that's gonna wrap up that part of the story, man. You know, grew up Walnut, born, raised, love it. My attitude, demeanor, all that stems from it. You know, don't blame me, blame them. You know what I mean? But it was like, okay. So boom, I got to keep up because I'm changing it because I want to make sure my topics is on topic. You know what I mean? What was I like? What was it like growing up, man? You know, I think it was most likely like everybody else upbringing. Mine was a little different, I would say, because everybody else start off with like a single parent household on welfare. So again, I grew up with both my parents, but it was still on welfare. It was still poverty. It was still low income. It was still not getting the nice shit or what I would consider the nice shit. I mean, I always got, I guess, what I needed. You know what I mean? Not what I wanted. I always had shoes, not the shoes I wanted, but you know, I always had shoes. Payless was in back then. So, you know, back then it wasn't too much. I didn't really want for too much because I didn't know my style yet. And all my friends, we all dressed alike and looked alike. So it ain't like this dude had on some, I don't even know, it was the top shoes back then. British Nikes, LA Gears, K Swiss. I want to say Nike Cortez. But we'll go to Payless and, you know, put your shoes on and, you know, you're running quicker in the neighborhood. You're looking good. Um, so growing up, man, you know, I mean, having both parents, I guess, helped me out now because I, you know, was able to. I never went to my dad for too much, but I seen what he did. So I guess, you know, I got that instilled in me from just watching, like, work ethic, hard work, you know, drinking for sure. But I can handle my shit better than him because he get drunk off 4 Budweisers, and I'm talking about real drunk, pass out. I ain't, you know, that ain't me. That should have, yeah, anywho. Growing up was beautiful, man. I grew up with, I got one sibling, an older sister. We, 11 months apart. They call that shit Irish twins or whatever. Um, you know, and then a bunch of cousins, I got 8 aunties and uncles. Well, 5 aunties, 3 uncles, and then my mom, and then just hella cousins. So we all like close in age. So we was able to, like, you know, it was never born. Like my mom and my grandmother, there with some of their people, they'll go to bingo, and then, you know, we'll all be at my house, or we live so close across the street, whatever. So, you know, a bunch of girl cousins. That's why I got a soft side, a compassion side. I was the cousin that. So it's me. So no, we got my cousin Tasha, my sister. No, my cousin Tasha, Jr., my sister, then me, then my cousin Nita, then Angie. That was like, and then my cousin Kanisha. That was like the top 6, 7. And then anything after that, you know, like Shamuka, Candace, Joseph, Little Kenny, they cool, but you know, they wasn't top 6. You know what I mean? It's a pecking order around here. And I still hold my pecking order ranking high. Like a couple other my cousins and my like sister, they lost their little ranking because, you know, they wanted to be cool with them, and I'm the big cousin. It don't matter. Like my nieces and them, here I go all over the place. Like my nieces and them know I'm not the uncle to be cool. I'm not the cuss around uncle. I'm the nigga. I'm the uncle. Like, yeah, the shit that I had to do with my uncle and them, like I couldn't be in the room when my grandmother and them. That's give me that respect. I'm that. You know what I mean? I ain't the cool uncle and all that shit. Now to my like great nieces or like third or fourth cousins, cool. Yeah, I'll be that because I'm out of touch with y'all anyway. You know what I mean? So when you pop around, you could be yourself. But like to my core cousins, they know. Like respect what's going on around here. I'm cool, but I ain't cool. You know what I mean? So um, that's that with that. Let me see if I can input some shit right here. So here go my sibling right here. Oh, they didn't pop up. All right. Oh, it did pop up. There you go. That's my sister. Yeah, I mean, and the people I was talking about, the only person ain't in this picture is my cousin Tasha. She holds the ring over all of us. So it go my cousin Tasha, who ain't in the picture. Then it go my cousin JR right there with the goddamn Daisy Duke shorts on. Then it go my sister to the right with the fucking overall shorts with no shirt. And then it goes me with the fucking Holter top on. And then it goes my cousin Nita right there in the middle with the purple pants. And then my cousin Angie with the fucking it balloon. I would love to talk to these people and parents about what the hell was going on in this picture, but we're gonna just leave it at that. Um, we're gonna just leave that right there because this shit says a lot. Yeah. So, that's just it on that's just it on my upbringing. I want to say shit is just simple, man. I ain't that complex. Oh, a lot of people, I should have made this a banner. Matter of fact, let me make it one real quick. A lot of people want to know, um, how did I get my name, CT? So while I'm here, let me just answer that because it's so simple, but I really never tell a story because it's just like, yeah, I don't really want to tell it, but I'll tell it right now. How did I get the name CT? So it stems from three different things. The main reason I got this name is because the main reason I got the name, right? One of my best friends, and my brother now, it ain't my best friend, almost my brother, for real, for real. I mean, when I say my brother, I mean like I feel like my mom birthed him or his mom birthed me or, dad's did whatever. And like this nigga is really like my family, period. So this nigga, Rail, right? The, I don't want to say Jarrell, fuck it. Um, So me and him at this point, and again, the introduction on how me and him even met, I'll talk about that on a different podcast. Maybe we'll bring him on and let him tell his story of it. But anyway, I'm on my way to his house because I damn near start being at his house every single day. Again, another house on Walnut that I lived or bet was at just all day. So I'm on my way to his house, mind you. I'm wearing some I ain't dressed. We just, go in my partner's house early in the morning or midday, whatever. I got on some flip flops, no socks, shorts, t-shirt, whatever. I walk up. Um, his cousin, his older cousin, which is my older cousin. You know what I mean? When I say we're intertwined, I mean we're family. So my older cousin, I'm walking up and she on the porch, and the first thing she say, "Oh, you better put them crusty toes up." You know what I mean? So like that's where that ain't where that ain't how I got CT, but it all makes sense once I finish the story. So she was calling me Crusty Toes ever since that day. That name just stuck with me from her. And then now, like right now, if I call her or she calls me, she just now it's just Krusty. We don't even say the toes part, but I call her Krusty. She called me Krusty, and it is what it is. It just stuck. But the reason why CT stuck so hard is because as we got older, like my name to my family is Tony, like Tony. That's my because my middle name is Anthony. Me and my dad got the same exact name. I'm a third. It's a generational thing around here. You feel me? So my middle name is Anthony. So from Anthony, my family calls me Tony. My friends, they all call me Tony. If you met me as, adolescent, you call me Tony and it just sounds normal. So one day, once we started being outside, one of the older uh, niggas from outside was like, "Man, y'all got to change y'all names." You know what I mean? It was like 5, 6. It was more than that, but whatever. For the story's sake, it was 5, 6 of us. So when it got to me, I changed my name. I'm like, man, I'm going. My name's CT. That's my name now. So one reason why it was CT, Krusty Toes. That's what Krusty called me, Misha. That's what she always called me. That. So I'm like, okay, CT fits there. The girls used to call me Cute Tony. You know what I mean? That God honest truth. They're like, oh, you cute Tony. Oh, cute Tony. So you know what I mean? CT fits there. And then once the OG was like, y'all need new nicknames, I said CT because of those two reasons. And then my nickname just stuck because it correlated. A lot of people thought I was from Connecticut or whatever. So they'd be like, oh, you from what part you from? No, nigga. I had crusty toes and I was cute. You hear me? So CT go for that. So that's how the origin of my name came around, and that's why, and it stuck. And now all y'all know y'all been calling me Cute Tony or Crusty Toes. You hear me? Oh no, it was one more, the Crazy Tony. I used to do crazy shit all the time. Whether it was simple kid crazy shit though, getting on the roof, jumping off, running in the stove, running out. So I was, I wasn't no, yeah. But that's the story of origin of the name. So boom, back to that. All over the place podcast. Tuned in. How did the podcast? Why did I start the podcast? That's where I want to go. What sparked the podcast idea? I'm just a creative person. I like being creative. I don't care if it don't go nowhere. I don't care. I just like to create. I like to talk. I like to debate. I'm opinionated. Um, podcast. I've been supposed to be doing a podcast for at least 6, 7 years now. Me and my partner started one. I'm talking about we got artwork, we got merchandise, we did everything but the actual podcast. And this was probably like 4 years ago. Now I feel like I really should have did it then because I'll be so, but whatever. I'm doing it now, so it don't matter what I should have did then. But yeah, man. I'm just a talkative person, man. Again, opinionated, and just like to put my input on other topics, or um, and the podcast is just in right now. So fuck it. Let's just say I'm jumping on a wave and hope this motherfucker catch. You hear me? So yeah, that's the podcast. Why what sparked it is just that very simple. Talkative, energetic, love people. I'm a camera person. You can see I'm built for in front of the camera, behind the camera, around the camera. It don't matter. Uh, we're gonna go here. My favorite food and drink. So I don't know if y'all want to know. So my favorite, I'm a soul food type of like I can eat soul food every day of the week. Now soul food might be different from y'all to me, but me is fried fish, macaroni and cheese, some greens, some yams, some fucking cornbread. I can eat that 7 days a week. I mean, literally. I know it probably ain't good for my health to eat it, but I would eat that 7 days of the week if it was my picking. Now, my drink, that's tricky. Are we talking alcohol beverage? Or are we talking, a soda or something like that? I really ain't into sodas, but if I'm eating some fish, you got to go with grape soda. So, I'm going to go grape soda there. But if we talking alcohol, and if we talking about I'm buying it, then we gonna go with Remy. Now, these niggas say I'm stuck in my ways, still drinking Remy, but if it's my dollar, I'm buying Remy. You know what I mean? And that's just it. And then we can wash it down with some Moet, nectar flavor, if you ask me. And the Remy don't matter to me. VSOP 1738. Um, um, what? Oh, XO. You know what I mean? But I'm classic. Give me the green bottle, not even the red label. Yeah, they got the original, but I'll take red label. But if it's fancy, we'll go a little 1738. My birthday is always gonna be an XO bottle or something like that for the birthday. But I'm a Remy sipper. But I'll fuck with some tequila or something because again, I'm a people person, a pleaser. Everybody okay, cool. But if I'm buying and you say go get what you want, it's Remy. You hear me? Remy, Remy, Remy. That's all we doing. Make sure I touch everything before I move on, man. Where I'm from, what it was like growing up, what sparked the podcast, how did I get the name CT, my favorite food and drink. And that's just about it. You hear me? So um I hope this was informative. I hope y'all learned a little bit about me. That was the goal to get on this episode, is just to break down who I am, where I'm from. I ain't really touch on how I got to SAC. So this how I got to SAC. We're gonna make this one quick. Let me make a new banner for y'all so we can keep the topics on topic. You know what I mean? Really making it for myself. Uh, uh, Boom. We're gonna put that right up there. Hopefully I spelled that right, man. Because I know y'all hear me typing and making this shit quick. Boom. I didn't do capitals, so y'all don't kill me for that. Sacramento should have been all caps as the capital. But I came to Sacramento. So I used to come to Sacramento as a kid all the time. My cousin lived out here. My favorite cousin lived out here her whole life. Well, not her whole life, but majority of her life she lived out here. Um, she was the one with the balloon in the picture, the it balloon. But so I used to come out here for summers. At first, it was like a weekend or two, and then I came for a whole summer. And we used to go to. So when I first came to SAC, we was only going. It was only West SAC. I never knew about East SAC, North SAC, South SAC. I never knew it was more to SAC. The furthest we would go was downtown when it was a Hard Rock Cafe. They used to have Thursday night market down there. They used to have the Hoop It Up tournaments used to be down there. But I used to only be in West Sac, and the furthest we would come, get on the light rail, and we'll hit up down right there by the mall when J Street Mall was really like a full mall. So again, I used to just come every summer, weekends. The one time I stayed, I think 2 months, my mom used to send me like $25, $30 a week. They thought I was balling because they would do my parents would send money. So I just love SAC like early on. Like I like the pace was a little, it's no disrespect, so please don't take it this way, but it was a little slower to come out here coming from Oakland. Like Oakland is hella fast. It's like NBA compared to college games. Then I'm talking then. Now this shit is even playing field. Like this shit is all fast. This shit is all dangerous. The shit again everywhere got something going on. So it's no disrespect when I say that, but back then the speed for me anyway was different. Like it was like I seen shit before it was happening when I first was coming out here. So I'm like, oh shit, I'm ahead of the game a little bit out here. So um, after high school, um, not after high school, way after high school, I used to come out here. When I was driving myself at this point, me and my partner Dank would pull up out here, hang out for a little bit, or I come out here for the weekend and drive back home. Then it started being okay. I'm gonna stay for a week because my cousin Angie had her own spot now. So then I just came in the summertime one time and never left. Had a job, everything going on in Oakland, and I just never left one summer. My cousin, my job was calling like, "Hey, you coming to work today?" Because it was a union job. And again, at this time, I didn't even know unions don't even fire you, man. They try their best to keep you on. So um, I came out here, man, one time, one summer, and never left. Been here ever since. And sometimes I wonder, like, well, I don't never wonder if I made the right decision about moving out here, like permanently. But I'd be like, I wonder, should it be a lot different for sure? But who knows? Who knows what would be different? I might be fucked off somewhere if I would have stayed in Oakland, or I might, who knows what would have happened. So that's how I migrated to SAC, man. It wasn't on no. I can go home anytime I want. I can get off this podcast right now and blast to Oakland and shoot a podcast. Man, I'm gonna do that. Matter of fact, one of these, once I get my shit all the way together, I'm gonna go shoot a little podcast over there, man, and introduce y'all to like where I'm really from and just walk y'all around once my setup get to setting up, But with that being said, man, we're gonna let this run for another like 20 seconds, man, and we're gonna chime out. But I appreciate y'all tuning in. And up until next time, man, y'all stay tuned in and tapped in with your boy. See what's going on, man. Be sure to go follow the IG page, all over the place _podcast. Just stay tapped in. Hopefully we grow and build, and I can get me a little community out here, and then sky's the limit from there. So with that being said, I'm trying to log out without not talking so I don't miss nothing. But with that being said, man, I respect y'all. I hope y'all respect me, but most of all, man, respect yourself.
These bitches want a nigga. They be cashing out. We gon' keep it how we keep it. Can you keep a secret? We gon' keep it how we keep it. Can you keep a secret? Counting money now, with a money counter. Just quickly rubber band up a couple 100,000. You know I'm certified.